Hello and welcome to this special broadcast. The state of Nagaland is going all out to empower its people like never before. The state government, under the leadership of Chief Minister Nephew Rio, is now ready to walk the extra mile to investors to the state once plagued by insurgency. The Naga youths today aspire to be on par with their counterparts from across the country in every field. So what is driving this transformation in Nagaland? Is it already yielding results? Are the plans already yielding results? And can this development journey remain unaffected despite the delay in solution to the Naga political issue? These are the questions that arise at this point. And I'm being joined today by a very special guest who is one of the key movers and shakers as far as the state of Nagaland is concerned. I have with me the one and only Mr. Abu Metha, advisor to Chief Minister Rio, and of course, he's also the chairman of IDEN. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to have this conversation with me, and I look forward to a very interesting and exciting conversation.
I want to begin this conversation with what I heard in the Man Ki Baat episode, last week's latest Man Ki Baat episode by Prime Minister Modi. And he praised Nagaland for the startup ecosystem. The registration of startups have increased 200% in Nagaland, that coming from Nagaland. Does that delight you?
It is. In fact, it not only delights us, but it gives us a lot of excitement, and there's a fantastic journey that's going to be ahead of us. Because you know, Nagaland is packed with energetic, vibrant youth who are not only creative, but they're also very, very innovative. And the startup ecosystem is starting to take off. We have a separate startup policy where we do hand-holding, we have single window clearance, we have a fantastic team that takes care of the startup team. And under our advisor for industries, Madam Hekani, under the guidance of the Chief Minister, the startup ecosystem is really improving. It's exciting us. And rightly pointed out by the Honorable Prime Minister, it also shows that the eyes of the Prime Minister is all over the country.
Absolutely.
He is watching everybody.
Especially the Northeast.
Especially the Northeast and Nagaland. So we appreciate Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji mentioning this, and these are exciting times. And as I said, the credit for this is not the government, but it's the innovation, the creativity of the young people of Nagaland.
Absolutely. What is the driving force behind these startups? What are the sectors? Probably one of them could be tourism, one of them could be agriculture, biotechnology. What have you identified the sectors which has been the driving force behind this surge in the number of registration in startups?
Yeah, as you would have noticed, most of these startups are technology driven. And again, our strength is in the service industry, providing services, tourism, agriculture, information technology, even a local indigenous Uber type of taxi service, homestay services. So all these startups, as I said, are very creative and innovative, out of the box. But one of the reasons is that, again, because we have a lot of shortfalls, infrastructure deficits, no investments, no manufacturing. So the young people have to come up with ideas. So I think that's also one of the reasons why there are a lot of startups that are coming up.
If we talk sector-wise, let's go first to tourism, of course. Whenever it comes to Northeast, any state in the Northeast, we love to talk about tourism. But how much of the potential have we been able to tap? Recently, just December, of course, we had the Silver Jubilee edition of the Festival of Festivals, the Hornbill Festival. Like always, it drew people from across the globe, across the nation. What we saw this time is also the participation of country partners, country states. How was this Hornbill different from the others?
Well, the Hornbill Festival itself is very different from other festivals. It's 25 years old. It took more than a generation to get here. That's the story behind it. But then again, it reflects the diversity, the unity, the cultural heritage, the richness of the Naga people, all in one. The tourism slogan of Nagaland is Land of Festivals. We have multiple tribes, dozens of tribes and sub-tribes who celebrate different tribal, ethnic, traditional, age-old festivals since times immemorial in every part of Nagaland. And all these are mini Hornbill festivals. These all culminate in the Hornbill Festival, as you said, in the Festival of Festivals. And also there's an economy that revolves around this festival economy. The Hornbill Festival is a 10-day festival. In the last 2 decades, it has traveled very far. As you rightly pointed out, this year, in fact, we started last year under the vision of our Chief Minister to have country partners. This year we had the United States, we had United Kingdom, Wales, Peru, Japan as country partners, Telangana and Sikkim as state partners, and we had several corporate partners. Why do we have this partnership? The Hornbill Festival is not only about festivities. It's not only about celebration. Yes, at the core of the festival, we highlight Naga culture. We promote our heritage. We showcase the best of Nagaland to the global community. But it's also a platform for us to network, to connect, to work collaborations, partnerships. America, Japan, United Kingdom, partnering with the Hornbill Festival is massive and significant.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Probably this is in the last 2 years that the focus has been on networking and partnership, if I'm not mistaken. Probably it's, and we saw it this time, you as the chairman of the Investment and Development Authority, there were round tables with the country partners, also state partners. So would it be wrong if I say it's only in the last couple of years that consciously the state government is working towards that, and all of a sudden we have realized, yes, Hornbill can do much more. It's much more than a festival, as you just mentioned.
Yes and no. Officially country partners from last year, but in all these past decades, we have been collaborating with these different countries and friends from around the world. They have been performing, they have been collaborating, but now we've made it official. And we've had government clearance on both sides. As I said, America, Japan, US partnering has the mandate and the approval of their governments. Coming to the round tables, we see the Hornbill as a fantastic opportunity to bring countries, people, nations together. They celebrate the Hornbill Festival, but we also put work in. These roundtables have had many significant and fantastic results. Last year's roundtables resulted in a number of CSR activities, collaborations, partnerships, capacity building exercises. Only day before yesterday, I announced on my social media one of our young leaders in music and arts going to the UK to participate. That's a takeaway of the partnership of the Hornbill Festival. So takeaways are not there just only in music, entertainment and arts, but agriculture, industry, investment, sustainability, green initiatives. So a number of verticals where my department, the Investment and Development Authority of Nagaland, not only engages with these stakeholders, but we engage more than a dozen departments to take advantage of these roundtables. So we facilitate the roundtables, but the leadership is taken by the other departments.
Now, the youth of the state would be very excited to hear what you just said. They would also want to know, for example, you said there are collaborations in various departments, various sectors. If you could give an example of where you're implementing something and the benefits, because people want to know how they can benefit from this, and when will it trickle down to the masses, to the village. It's already doing, but in a larger scale, and how much time. It's a continuous process.
It's a continuous process. You see, I'll start from music. We hosted the Asia Music Summit, where we had festival directors from different parts of the world come and work, partner with us. At the end of the summit, we signed memorandum of understandings with 12 festival partners. In the last 8 months, musicians from Nagaland have performed in 3 continents: Australasia, Europe, America, and different parts of Asia. So our musicians are getting that benefit. There are collaborations and partnerships happening in the UK, here in Nagaland also, capacity building exercises. Very soon our musicians will be going to the UK. But in other sectors, agricultural partnerships, we're working with Israel to set up a center of excellence, so that we have pilot projects coming in. In industry and commerce, our industry department is tying up with various stakeholders, IT companies, how again to empower these IT companies and the startups. So in various verticals, we are working for the youth to get opportunities. Coming to sport, we are trying to tie up with the British Council. Since last year, we've had some collaborations already, and we will continue these collaborations. We will have capacity building exercises for coaches, school education teachers, sports persons. So in various verticals, we are trying to empower the youth, and many are already getting the benefit.
Absolutely, that's great news. Again, Nagaland is the land of festivals. Will Nagaland bank on more festivals as far as wooing more tourists is concerned? And also, when it comes to tourism, also we have to be, there are different kinds of tourism today in the sector. Which kind of tourist does the state aspire to cater to? without affecting the local ecosystem, the environment, the local culture, tradition. At the same time, you don't want to overcrowd the state throughout the year. So there's a very thin line. So is there a plan in place for that?
Definitely. Under the Chief Minister's guidance, our tourism plan, our tourism strategy is very, very refined and very straightforward. You have pointed out the right points. It has to be responsible, it has to be sustainable. We must not also compromise on our culture and our heritage. Over-tourism must not happen. Europe, America are grappling with over-tourism. We promote tourism to enhance and strengthen the local economy. You see, the Hornbill Festival is a 10-day festival. We did a mapping, economic mapping and a study of the Hornbill Festival. And in the last 3 editions, the new money that is coming in this 10-day festival is more than 100 crore. More than 8,000 new jobs are being created. And these reports are by independent agencies. We are promoting, you asked me, what sort of tourism are you promoting? A, we promote our heritage, our culture, and our traditions to the world. It's an opportunity for us to push Naga soft power. It's our opportunity for us to push brand Nagaland. But in doing that, what is the strategy? The strategy is experiential tourism. We're investing in homestays. We're investing in village getaways. This 100 crore economy of the Hornbill Festival has to trickle down and percolate down to the real stakeholders. That's the rural economy. That's why we have the mini Hornbills. That's why we have the policy of land of festivals. The land of festivals starts in January with the festivals of the Angami people, the Chakasang people, goes across all tribes and culminates in the festival of festivals. So it's a huge economy. Here, we are linking up with the creative economy.
Yes, that is something which is very exciting when it comes to Nagaland, creative economy, and even the musicians that you talked about, even that's a part of the creative economy, if I'm not mistaken. Nagaland is also known for its fashion designers. In fact, a friend of mine, a local Naga friend of mine, told me just yesterday that in Nagaland we design our own clothes, and there are local stores there which sell. And I was like, why is it not available in markets in Guwahati or Delhi? Is enough being done to highlight, promote that, the promotion part?
You see, the creative economy is one area which we are really putting focus on. Chief Minister has given us clear-cut directions that we have to emphasize on this. And why creative economy? Because our strength is doing events. We are good in doing that. Our strength is our youth. Music, sports, entertainment, now film. So these are our strengths, so we have to focus on our strengths. 100 crore economy for the Hornbill Festival. But we have a huge economy in music, in arts, and in entertainment, sports. We recently hosted the Northeast Olympic Games. We hosted the South Asian Cross-Country Championships in Kohima. So all these avenues are opening up, and creative economies, again, even the startup industry is linked up to the creative economy. So Nagaland is going to focus on the creative economy. I think there are huge opportunities in the creative economy. We are working with international institutions and organizations to now map the creative economy of Nagaland under IDAN. And I think in the next 12 months, a lot of policies, programs, and initiatives will roll out as far as the creative economy is concerned.
First, Anek, now Patal Lok. Nagaland is in the news once again for all the right reasons, good reasons, and the new series, Patal Lok, of course, has a strong Nagaland connection. That's again exciting because Bollywood is coming here, the Indian film industry is coming here. Local artists, the best part is that local artists are collaborating in this project. That is the most exciting part, not somebody coming and just shooting here as a location, but we have a lot of local artists, not just from Nagaland, but from Sikkim, other parts. That is something which also is very exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I'm not getting enough time to watch the episodes of Patak. I just watched 2, and I can't wait to get time to watch the rest of the episodes. But yes, you missed out one important thing we did. That was, we've done a documentary film with A.R. Rahman on Nagaland music.
Yes, of course.
The trailer was launched in Cannes, the world premiere was done in Melbourne, and the South American premiere was done in the Palm Springs International Festival just last month. So, the film industry, entertainment, Bollywood is coming here, as you said. Local artists, local musicians are being used. So that's another area which I see a lot of potential, and I think our youth will adapt to this and perform a fantastic role in the years to come.
Absolutely exciting. We'll have to take a short break here. After the break, we'll talk more about the state's sports policy and, of course, IDAN. Welcome back. I'm in conversation with Mr. Abu Metha, advisor to Chief Minister of Nagaland. Mr. Metha, you're also the chairman of IDEN. People of the state and from the Northeast want to know more about the role of IDEN.
You see, we are also a first mover in this area. In fact, in the last tenure of the Chief Minister, he set up the Investment and Development Authority of Nagaland. The aim of this department is to bring in investment, to bring in CSR, to forge collaborations and partnerships with the corporate sector. And its policy and its strategy is single window clearance, ease of doing business, and directly under the scanner of the Chief Minister. I think we faced challenges in the past. We've managed to overcome a lot of hurdles, but our role is to facilitate the process for the corporate sector, for CSR to come in. And here, as I emphasize, single window clearance, ease of doing business is the plank on which we work on. My role as chairman of IDAN is to ensure that the system is flowing smoothly. I've told my team that whatever we get, our job is to multiply. Recently, just before the Hornbill Festival, we partnered with major corporations, automobile companies, and we gave away close to 100 vehicles in the tourism sector. Tourist taxis, tourist buses, partnering with young people. So these are some of the small initiatives, but they do make a mark in the ground situation. And we are really far behind in a lot of areas compared to other states. We've got to start building the foundations and put the building blocks in place. So we're doing that. At the higher level, we are planning towards a major investment summit. We are looking for big time investments. I am in talks with many companies. We face challenges, we'll come to that later. But as IDAN, our job is to bring in investment.
Absolutely. Now, Nagaland has been one state struggling with the unemployment rate. What you told me today, be it the creative economy, be it the discussions with the country partners, that's very promising. Do you think that figure, of course, you may question that figure, as the government always has reservations, how the calculations are done, but still, do you think that figure is going to improve soon for Nagaland?
I think it will. And why do we have a problem of unemployment? It goes back to our earlier conversation because we are very dependent on the government sector. There's no private sector, there's no manufacturing, there's no major big ticket investments happening in Nagaland. So employment opportunities are very limited. But I think that figure is going to change because young people, young Nagas, well educated, capable to take on the world, are now realizing that they can self-employ. And not only self-employ, but employ others. That's why, again, that Prime Minister's appreciation of the startup. So I think if we support the startup system, if we support entrepreneurship, employment problem will take care of its own. Our people are energetic, they're creative, they're innovative, and they will overcome these hurdles.
So one thing is for sure, it has sunk in as far as the youth is concerned that they have to do things themselves. The government is there, of course, to support, to make policies, to frame policies that are friendly, but they are ready. They are ready to think beyond government jobs as far as Nagaland is concerned. Do you see that mindset even in the rural areas? Are you seeing that kind of vision even in the rural areas? Are the youths also thinking similarly?
Absolutely. You know, our situation is very different from rest of India. We have urban areas, we have rural, but there is a strong connect. I am strongly connected to my native place. Everybody is like that. So the mindset that is happening in the urban areas does percolate down to the rural areas. And many of these achievers, many of these startups, many of the people who are coming forward and taking these schemes are from rural areas who have a strong rural connect. So I think it will do well. I am not telling that the government and all its initiatives are perfect. The scenario is definitely not perfect. There's always room for improvement, always, especially in a state like Nagaland. But I think we're on the right track.
Absolutely. Today is one day where we don't want to talk about the multiple challenges. Let's talk about hope. Let's talk about what can be done. And another event that is coming up is, of course, and that's very exciting, me personally, a football lover, the Nagaland Super League coming soon, 7 clubs. Why didn't it happen before? Northeast is already considered the powerhouse of football. We have Mizoram, Meghalaya, Manipur, to an extent Assam. But, finally Nagaland, happy about it. But why don't you think it didn't happen before? And what changes can it bring?
Well, to begin with, better late than never. But yes, we should have had this league 10 years back. But you know, and we don't want to talk about problems, but you know the challenges that we face. lack of resources, infrastructure, insurgency, instability. The list just goes on. And the most affected, I feel, one of the most affected is the sports sector. When we are grappling with major issues, how can society, how can a government focus on sports? Even now, we get a lot of criticism for focusing too much on sport and music. I don't think that's the case, but there are people who criticize us for that. But it creates opportunities. Sports allows people to strive towards their ambitions. It pushes the state, the nation to the international platform. And coming to football, I think if India is to rise as a footballing power, if India is to emerge as a footballing superpower in Asia and the world, I think that pulse and that heartbeat and the epicenter will be from the Northeast. Because here, unlike the rest of the country where cricket is religion, here it's football. It's the people's game. And we have tremendous talent. We've started with the Nagaland Super League. It's going to be professionally run, better late than never, but we're getting great benefits. And the focus is on the footballer, and the footballer. And we are ensuring that every layer is protecting the players and creating opportunities for them. The winners of this league will qualify for different divisions of the I-League. We will also encourage them to play bigger level tournaments. We are going to bring bigger clubs to play here.
So the AIFF is on board on this.
And definitely, the president of the All India Football Federation, my good friend Mr. Kalyan Chobe, he will be there on inauguration day. He will not only launch the league, but All India Football Federation will partner with us. We are going to partner with foreign leagues. I can't reveal everything now. Conversations are going on. But I'm telling you, this league in the next few years, and I'm pretty confident about it, could be one of the best state leagues in the country, not just the Northeast. And I'm pretty confident about it.
Are you looking to attract players from across the country to this league for the local clubs? Is that the vision eventually?
A mix of both. We need to bring best players from the rest of the country so that the local standard improves. You got to play and expose with each other so that you go up. So we are allowing guest players to come in. The All India Football Federation does not allow foreign players to play state leagues. Let's see whether that window will open up. But the opportunities and the scope are unlimited, and we want this league to emerge as one of the best in the country. I'm confident it will. And there's strong footballing culture in the state. We've been late. Our legacy of football goes back 80 years.
Absolutely.
The first captain of the Indian Olympic team was from here.
Absolutely.
He played in rocky grounds, tough places, in the heart of our country in Mokokchung, and led India in London. Today, that benchmark has to be beaten by this generation. And I think we'll get there. We'll get there.
You're also the Vice President of the Athletics Federation of India. What's your vision for Nagaland? Manipur is again a sports powerhouse. Even in Olympic sports, we have Assam, we have Olympians from Assam, we have Olympians from Manipur. Nagaland, of course, had its share of representation, but it's still lagging. What's your vision on that front?
Yeah, again, we were behind the others, but I think we're catching up pretty fast. Recently, the Northeast Olympic Games, Nagaland finished number 2 in the medals tally. Just 2 medals behind Manipur, which was unbelievable because we'd finished in the bottom. We'd come back with 8-10 medals.
Absolutely.
But here we were fighting for top spot. So the ecosystem of sport is changing. We are promoting, we're using foreign coaches, we have a development program, and we're winning medals at a national and international level. Today we have a Olympic medalist from Nagaland who won bronze medal in the Paris Olympics. I'm not taking credit for that, but I'm saying our youth are rising to the occasion. We have sports persons winning regularly at the national level. We have sports persons who have represented India in various sports disciplines in the international level. Our Paralympic athlete, Mr. Hotoshe Sema, just got an Arjuna Award. So these achievements, that medal that he won in Paris, is going to ensure that there are going to be many more to follow. The ecosystem of sports in Nagaland is changing. The Nagaland Olympic Association is the only sports association in the country, the office, which has an ISO 9001 certification. No other sports body. So we are bringing transparency, efficiency, and a professional approach to sports. And the results can be seen. We're winning medals.
What are the 3 areas do you think will, in the next 5 years, drive Nagaland's transformation?
I think and I hope it's going to be the creative economy. That's our strength. Tourism, we are already a destination. During the Hornbill Festival, our intake capacity is beyond full. So one main focus area is going to be the creative economy, but agriculture is always important because we are an agrarian people. More than 70% of the people are from the rural areas and they do sustainable agriculture. So that's also the second area. Startups and industry, that's going to be third. But we've got to power all this, support all this with strong infrastructure. And I'm trying to our best with the support of the Chief Minister to open our doors and windows for investment to come into these sectors.
Even 5 years back, the feedback is that the youth, there has been a lot of hopelessness amongst the youth of this state. Do you think last 2 years that is finally changing and people are actually coming up, especially the urban youth, driving and even coming back from other states, coming back from the metros to set up their own business here or to drive the creative economy further? And if you have any figure, what could be a number of people who have actually returned after working outside? It could be abroad also. That actually reflects that yes, the state now is moving towards the right direction. People feel that something can be done here, things are changing, and that's why they're coming back home. Nagaland also has to bring back the thousands of Naga youths who are working outside doing excellent job everywhere. That is also one important factor that will contribute in the long run to accelerate the growth and development.
I absolutely agree with you. There are so many thousands of Nagas who work outside. There's a good and a bad to it. Sometimes I'm very happy and excited when I see young Nagas working around the world, in Dubai, in Singapore, in the metros of India. But it also pains me that they have to go through so many challenges, discrimination, suppression, difficulties, challenges every day to work in this environment. And also when you work in the service industry, good paying jobs, but your creativity and innovation is controlled. That's why the Chief Minister's focus is on the creative economy, create jobs, bring back our youth, work here, build our state, build our nation from home, and also be with family. Earn money here, invest here, and bring the people from the rest of the world to come and work with us. And we are working as a tourism destination, we are working as an investment destination, and these are exciting times. You know why? Because the Trans-Asian Highway cuts through our state. India is looking at the ASEAN of 800 million people there. And we are in the gateway, the heart of the gateway for 1.5 billion people of Indian subcontinent to get into the ASEAN. Exciting times. I'm definitely sure that our youth will do well. And there's a newfound confidence and courage amongst the youth of Nagaland. And we have faith in them. We're working with them. There's a lot more we have to do. We have shortfalls, we have failures. But as I said earlier, we're on the right track, and collaboratively, collectively, I think Nagaland will continue to rise.
Collectively, Nagaland will continue to rise. Does the Nagaland government under Chief Minister Nephew Rio, under Abu Metha, as the chairman of IDEN, your message to the youth, the Naga youths, be it in Nagaland or elsewhere, do you promise that if they promise to coordinate and collaborate with you, you together will deliver, you'll ensure that the state delivers?
I can guarantee you that we will definitely work for them. The ambition, the aspirations of the youth are our responsibility. It is our job. Day and night we will work for them. But we have to work as one team. Naga society has to unite. We are a small people. If we are divided, how can we take on the rest of the world? The focus, the strength, and our strategy must be unite as one. And I think the sky and beyond is the limit.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abu Metha. It was a
Thank you very
pleasure
much.
talking to you, and really appreciate your vision and that of Chief Minister Nephew Rio.
Fantastic conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.